you know, you always had in the back of your mind, so why not go with the VW?
This is our 20th annual VW Spring Fling in Madera, the Madera Fairgrounds. And the great thing about being at Madera is it bridges north and south. So it's kind of halfway between the southern folks and people in Southern California, and we do get a lot of them come up because we're a great family show. And of course the people in Stockton and Sacramento, they come down. And we're both air-cooled and water-cooled, so we bridge that gap too from the 50s, cars that were built in the 50s all the way up to the cars that are built today. In fact, we have Clovis Volkswagen as a sponsor out here with the new vehicles. The great thing about this hobby, and that's what it really is a hobby, it's a family hobby. And so it's wonderful to talk to guys, and even gals for that matter, that they're building a car for their son or their daughter, and they're doing it with them. So it's a project that they grew up with Volkswagens. Maybe they worked on Volkswagens when they were younger or kids. And now that they have kids, they're getting cars together for those kids and helping them build them so that they'll have a Volkswagen when they're 16 or 20 years of age.
My dad and I have been collecting Volkswagens since the late 80s. And we used to bring cars home all the time, and we'd take them apart. And I moved out of the house, and the garage is full, and the yard's full, and my mom's saying, get this stuff out, so I came back home to get rid of some stuff.
My dad and I are looking for emblems. Emblems are cool to find, so that's what he's looking for today. But yeah, just like different old, I mean, the parts are just so cool, and they're from everywhere. They're from around the world, so that's kind of what's cool about it too.
It's kind of an addiction. Once you start, you kind of can't stop.
Their picture right here, we're going to put up.
It's a great family hobby. We've got people in our club and people that are out at this event that are 10, 12 years of age that are into Volkswagens. They've got their toy Volkswagens, or they love riding in dad or mom's Volkswagen. And then we have people out here that are 75, 80 years old that drive Volkswagens on a regular basis, and the reason is they grew up with the car. They started with it when they were young, and so now that they're 75, 80 years of age, they're still driving Volkswagens.
The car was just inspired by Porsche GT2 production cars, just to convert a Volkswagen Beetle into that. So it started life as a 58 convertible Beetle on a 69 IRS chassis. The most obvious difference is standard convertible, the doors go top to bottom on the body. So the doors have been shortened about 6 inches. This car, for all the purists out there, which I also have a vintage 55 convertible, but the car was really a write-off. It had been hit front and rear, so I spent about 2 years clipping both the front and rear of the car before I started on the doors, which also took 2 years.
This is a 1964, and I got it from a friend of mine who got it from the original owner, and since then I haven't done anything to it to ruin it. Kept it original stock height and everything, just put a new motor, got some freshen it up with some red wheels, and that's about it. Keeping it on the road, trying to keep it alive.
First VW you've owned?
No, second one. First one was my high school car. Got it in 2001, still got that one, but it's at home. It's real simple. That's what makes it fun, and the bond to the car is you get to do the work yourself in the driveway. Anybody's got the parts. It's regular old wrenches. It's nothing anybody can't do. Not like a new car where the computer systems, electronics, all that kind of stuff. It's just a lot different. That's what makes it fun.
People come up and ask me, what is it called? I tell them, it's The Thing. They go, really? Why did they call it The Thing? And I can only come up, I says, you know what? They were probably in the boardroom, and they couldn't decide on a name. for the thing, and then it just stuck. I bought it from a friend of mine that me and his brother were really close, and he died of cancer, so I wanted to keep something to him and the family, so I bought it, and I really enjoyed it. It draws a lot of attention. A lot of people that said, geez, when I was in high school or I was in college, I had a thing, you know, and it brings back memories, you know, and it's kind of nice. You know, wherever I'm at, and it draws the little kids because they just, you know, there's something about it that attracts them. This one is a 1973, and the thing was only made 2 years, 1973 and 74, they were made in Mexico. And I don't know why they stopped making them, but the thing about them is that at the time when they were selling for brand new, they were between $2,000 and $3,000 depending on what you added on to them, you know, so it was very affordable. So that's made it really popular with the high school kids and the college kids and those that were just, you know, retired and wanted something to have fun in. It's got a 1600cc. The windows are easy to put in and pull out. The interior's just black. It's just a clean car.
What's great about the Volkswagen, at least the air-cooled ones, they're modern-day Model Ts. They are so simple to work on. 4 bolts and you can drop the motor on it. You pull a couple of wires and the throttle cables and the motor's out of the car. You can put a clutch in it yourself. I talk to gals who change oil on their cars all the time or change the spark plugs and tune them up, and they do it by themselves now that dad or brother or even husband has taught them how to do it. So they're a modern-day Model T. They're easy to work on. You don't need any computer equipment. Now, of course, the modern Volkswagens, yeah, the technology has really stepped up, and they're wonderful, wonderful cars. Not quite as simple to work on, but they'll go down the road, you know, really, really safely with airbags, that sort of thing, and power steering and power brakes.
I got this one because I wanted to get back into Volkswagens, and really I've loved them before, and my dad had one back when he was a kid, and so it's kind of in our family. It's a 65 Volkswagen. The only thing unique about it is everything works. That's the only thing I can think of. All the turn signals, all the gauges, and everything works. It's a project. It's under construction, and you know, that's one thing nice about the show. You can find the parts for it.
It's a 1960 all original. It was sitting for about 30 years. Pulled it out of the weeds. We did all the brakes on it, tranny, motor, slammed it, and you know, I tell people you can recreate any paint job, but you can't recreate originality. Once you remove that paint and start the body work, it's never going back. You know, this is the original paint that rolled off the showroom floor 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, and you know, every little ding and dent is just its life story, everything it's been through, and it's still running.
First time I saw it was October 2012. It was on eBay, and we were getting married, and we wanted to get it. I wanted it.
It's a 1960 Volkswagen Bug. It's a 60 ragtop. I've owned the car since I was 15 and a half, for about 25 years. It was my first car. I bought it for $200 in Stockton. There's a neighbor who was out in the front of a house. I bought it, drove it all the way through high school. After I got out of the military, I came back and did a 4-year restoration on it. And still doing things to it. It's been done since 2006, but I'm still continuing to do stuff, add things to it, accessorize it a little bit, but and just keeping it running.
How long have you had this?
Approximately 2.5 years. Good friend out of Southern California, Tim Lenz, helped put it together, and the custom parts on it. It's a lowered 2-inch narrowed beam and custom built motor. Great drivability. It's a daily driver. It's my primary means of transportation. Custom seats out of a 66 instead of the 68 high backs. Single stage paint instead of base coat clear coat. And aside from that, it's pretty much in the stock configuration. Original color from the factory with a slight tweak because they couldn't come up with the exact Savannah beige.
I bought this thing at a yard sale in 1993. Actually, my son was looking for a bus, and he didn't like how slow it was. So I bought it from him, and he went on to do bug things. My grandparents had Volkswagen Beetles.
By the way, if you have a registered car,
My dad had a Volkswagen Beetle. I took my driver's test in a 71 bus, so Volkswagen's always been part of the heritage, I guess. Out of all the cars I've had, this piques the most interest out of anything. It's more iconic. Kids love it.
I actually just picked it up about 4 months ago now, so I'm the third owner on it. Ran into the guy at the right place at the right time, you know? He took real good care of it. He only had it for maybe a year, so the majority of the life was with one owner. And you could tell he took real good care of it. Everything works, the fridge, the stovetop, and the sink all work. So.
Rather unique looking vehicle. What do you think about it?
You know, it is rather unique since it is a high top, but I really enjoy it because you can stand up in it. It's really useful, you know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've always wanted a double cab. You know, and opportunity came up, moved in on it, you know. Where I had a Gia and I had a 67 Gia I made the magazine in '92 with, that I still have. And I have a 69 Squareback, and that's my daily driver. I got the double cab now.
An original San Francisco car. I never left the Bay Area. I also live in the Bay Area, and it was in need of restoration. I had it recently repainted. The color is called Blau-Weiß, which is German for blue-white. It's all stock. It has a 1600 dual carbureted motor, and it's just been fully restored in a stock manner, and just enjoy driving it.
This is such a great family, bring people together event. Most of my friends, I would say probably 2/3 of my friends, are from the fact that I'm in the Volkswagen hobby. And they'll come up and tell you the family story based on their Volkswagen. You have that in common with them, and it's a real icebreaker for people you don't even know. And again, it just spans the generations. You find kids working on the cars with their moms or their dads. You find kids starting to drive them. You see them excited that when they get their driver's license, dad or mom has got them a Volkswagen to drive. So it's such a love. It's a family event, and the things we do out here draw young and old.
Here you guys go. Here's the top tool graduation. Here's the 20th annual VW Spring Fling.
My 4-year-old decided he fell in love with Herby, and what else do you do with a Volkswagen when your 4-year-old loves Herby? You paint it like Herby. But it was a 69. Given it was a 69, Herby's a 63, I had to do a lot of part changing, which my wife didn't quite follow, and ends up being 63 to look like Herby with big windows. Had it maybe about 4 months. So it's just something I wanted, not only just for economic purposes, but it's always something you think about as a kid when you're growing up. The old '53 Herby vehicle, and it's just something you've always had.
It's unique going around. You see bugs everywhere,
and the carbon gears are far and few between.
So is that what you like best about it? Its uniqueness, or what are some of the things that draw you to this particular model of the from VW?
It's got its own little quirks, its own character. It's hard to explain. It's something you kind of feel.
No, we don't do it for the awards, but it's nice when you get some recognition.
Oh, it just feels good because I put so much work into this. 17 years of hard work is paying off. I like it. I just like to make people happy.
I feel good, and everybody out here and stuff. This is a great event. Very good event. All the people out here was very nice.
It's just kind of my chance to just say, you know, this is what I can do. This is what I did.
It means that I'm, you know, reaping the benefits of a lot of man hours and a lot of money that I put into this car. It's nice to get the recognition, you know, well deserved.
Ah, it's wonderful. Great.
A lot of hard work?
A lot of work, a lot of work. More days than the time I have.
This is participant judge, so really we're looking at each other's cars, so it's getting judged by someone who does this, that they know what the car is all about instead of your standard person that doesn't know anything about Volkswagen. It's really special to get a first place from your peers in the Volkswagen community.
It's an honor, actually, to be recognized. I do a tribute to the soldiers. That's why my vehicle looks the way it does.
It's a lot of hard work and a lot of hours put in this thing just to make it look the way it is.
It's an amazing, amazing deal. Yes, we drove all the way from San Jose. There was about 20-something of our club that made it out here. We all brought our cars, and I'm glad that we got a win. It's for all of us.
It makes it just really kind of acknowledgement of all the work, hard work I've done, and it just feels great. It's awesome.
Oh, it's awesome, man. I thank God for that.
So obviously it shows all your hard work is paying off.
Absolutely.
So as you put a lot of work into this.
I did 95% of the bill myself.
It means that people like Orange.
My efforts and being recognized from my friends that run the show.
Pretty cool to see my ideas and dreams, you know, come true, or people appreciate them, to be honest. And I like to thank the club for putting this on too.
Just another good award to have up on the wall to go with the other ones.
Very gratifying. A lot of hard work went into the car.
Pretty neat. It's fun to be out here. It's a lot of fun to be recognized for keeping your rides clean, keeping them up.
Means I did something good with the car.
Feels good. You know, at least people think it looks halfway decent.
Feels pretty good for my first time.
I love going to shows. I've been here 3 times. It's my first time winning anything. So I love the show. I come out every year.
It makes me feel good. These are a lot of work. I mean, we put just as much work into these as they put into just about anything else. It's just a little different.
It's a little payback for all the time and effort that it took to get this thing to where it's at. So a lot of fun.
I'm pretty excited since I don't know what it is, but I'll take it.
Feels pretty good, my first time out.
We won first place in '67 an earlier bus.
Right.
And now this is a surprise.
I have a feeling it's going to be good. So it's great either way, no matter what. It's all good.
This is kind of a big mystery.
I have no idea.